Good morning, everyone. Dr. S. Jaishankar, Union Minister of External Affairs, Mr. Hiroshi Suzuki, Ambassador of Japan to India, distinguished speakers, and friends. On behalf of the India Today magazine, I extend a very warm welcome to you for this special conclave. I want to especially thank Dr. Jaishankar for agreeing to deliver the inaugural keynote address, even as Parliament beckons. We were just speaking, and he says he has a very important bill on marine piracy that he has moved in the Lok Sabha and likely to have a debate today on that, and hopefully it'll be passed. So let's give him a very warm round of applause. I'm sure all of you all were watching the football match last night, as did Dr. Jaishankar, and he keeps a hectic pace. And so if our throats are a little sore and hoarse today, it's partly because we may have missed some sleep. But it was all for a good cause. What a great game football is. And as president of the all-powerful G20, the coming year will see India make its biggest ever international outreach. This is truly India's moment in the international scene. It's only appropriate, therefore, that India Today magazine, which is now in its 40th year of publication, is putting its shoulder to the wheel to speak, to widen our readers' international perspective. Dr. Jaishankar, I'm happy to inform you that this is the first of the series of country conclaves that India Today magazine plans to organize in the coming months and the year. And as I was speaking to him, and I mentioned this to him, he said, you've done State of the States, State of the country, and now you're doing State of the world. And I think he put it brilliantly. Thank you so much. It is also apt that we are kicking off this series by looking at India-Japan relations and how to enhance them. As Abba had said, both countries are celebrating 70 years of their diplomatic engagement. But, and there's a big but, despite all that, the reality is underwhelming. Dr. Jaishankar, you had pointed out in your incisive book titled India's Way that despite the 7 decades, these two Asian giants have a very limited history of policy exchange, leave alone any other matter. But the imperatives confronting the world have prompted both countries to redefine their relations in the past decade or so. Today, as we know, and as we stand here, the global order is in the process of dramatic changes, uncomfortable, some caused by the US, that is reshaping its outlook, an aggressive China, a belligerent Russia involved in a debilitating Ukraine war, a volatile Middle East, and in all that, the rise of India. All this on the backdrop of a global economy which is on the brink of recession after being devastated in the past 2-3 years by 2 calamities. One, a supposedly natural one, the COVID threat, which is on the decline, but its effect is still being felt. The other man-made, the war in Ukraine, which is only escalating, and its impact is only likely to get worse. So, with the power balance in Asia irrevocably altered, India and Japan are compelled to find ways to strengthen and heighten their engagement, not just in security and economic areas, but also in technology, strategic, and even culture. These developments, and to put it very briefly, have seen Japan and India become part of the Quad in terms of geopolitical engagement. Defense ties have heightened, and business and investments have grown rapidly. All this bodes well for the relationship's future. That it has plenty of room for improvement is without doubt. And just to give you an idea, India was Japan's 18th largest trading partner, and Japan was India's 12th largest trading partner in 2020. Total trade was $20.5 billion last year, with the balance heavily tilted in Japan's favor. And just to put that figure in perspective, the total trade between Japan, the total trade that Japan had with China was $372 billion in 2021, which is 19 times the size with what they had with India. What is encouraging, though, is that direct investment from Japan to India has been increasing. Japan is now the 3rd largest investor in the Indian economy, and it was pegged at around $1.5 billion last year. In March, Japanese Prime Minister, Minister Fumio Kishida, and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the 14th India-Japan Summit set an investment target of $42 billion for the next 5 years. So in this conclave, we will look at all aspects of India-Japan partnership, whether at the geopolitical level, security and economic issues, and even the cultural aspects. We have put together keynote speakers and panelists who are top experts and the best names in the business with the purpose of setting an ambitious agenda for the future. We are honored that Dr. Jaishankar has agreed to deliver the keynote address, and he will be speaking on the promising way forward in relations between the two countries, apart from other issues that he would like to raise. Dr. Jaishankar, of course, requires no introduction, having been a distinguished diplomat, including being a foreign secretary and serving in key assignments in the US, China, Sri Lanka, Singapore, Japan, Russia, and Czech Republic, just to name a few. Now, he is one of the world's most erudite foreign ministers who believes in giving as good as he gets and holding the Indian flag high wherever he goes. Dr. Jaishankar, may I now request you to deliver your keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a very warm round of applause. Dr. Jaishankar.